when choosing for the best irrigation system, there are so many things you need to look at, because this is what has made quite a good number of farmers not to do agriculture, or to do agriculture that is not up to their wish. Because in our mind, or the mindset we have is, for you to be a good farmer, you need to have sprinkler irrigation like Fred is having, you need to have drip irrigation, you need to do furrow irrigation. So if anything else comes your way, you are not going that way. But for you to choose irrigation, or for you to settle for an irrigation system, these are the things that you need to look at. Because I would have wished to do drip irrigation. It is better than whatever I have in my farm as we speak. And especially in the nursery area where I've already sown the onions, and I also want to plant other things in this section. The things that you need to look at is the budget. What is your budget? How much amount of money are you investing? Not in your farming, but in your irrigation. Because irrigation itself is a budget, a side budget as compared to the production. So what is your budget? If your budget can do furrow irrigation, go for furrow irrigation. If your budget settles for sprinkler irrigation like me, go for sprinkler irrigation. If you're able to get drip irrigation, go for drip irrigation. From the budget, another crucial or another important point you need to look at is the environmental condition of your area. The environmental condition of your area, even if you have a budget of doing sprinkler irrigation, but your environment condition is wet and humid, very cold areas, avoid this type of irrigation. This type of irrigation will end up causing a lot of problems to your crops than doing them good, because overhead irrigation or sprinkler irrigation causes a lot of fungal diseases, and fighting them becomes very expensive. So in your cold area, avoid this. Those who are in hot areas like I am in, this can be the best. Also, if your area is very weedy, you may end up being discouraged using overhead irrigation, because the water may be flowed towards one direction because of the nature of the weed. So look at your environmental condition and choose the best irrigation that works for you. In humid areas, drip does very well, and also furrow irrigation can also do you very well. The next thing is also the crop that you're doing. The crop that you're doing will matter a lot with the system of irrigation that you choose, because you cannot go for overhead irrigation if you're doing tomatoes. Doing tomatoes and overhead irrigation becomes very tricky. But once in a while, overhead irrigation can be something good for tomatoes. It also helps in fighting powdery mildew and also fighting red spider mite. It's very good, but doing it oftenly, and also your area is very cold, is very humid, this can be a disaster. This can be a disaster to you. You end up having a lot of fungal diseases, and you end up not having a good cropping, because at the end of the day, you want to have a good crop, you want to make good businesses when it comes to all the activities that we do in your farm. Also, the stage of production also is a very good subject to consider when you are choosing your irrigation system. Like for the overhead irrigation, always best for nursery establishment, because no matter what, unless those who are doing the drip and those who are doing fallows, most of us are doing the watering can to water our nurseries. It's similar as compared to sprinkler irrigation. They are overhead irrigation. So this one can be very good when it comes to setting up a nursery. Already I've done my nursery in this section, onion nurseries, and that's why I've considered using the overhead irrigation, though it's the biggest method of irrigation in my farm, and it's good for me and working perfectly well for me. So choosing the overhead irrigation is determined by the mentioned factors and many other factors that you as a farmer need to consider before settling for this system. Also, the expertise, how quick you monitor it, also is a factor that you need to look at. Hope you've learned something from our today's discussion. If this is your first time that you're watching me, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel so that we can continue learning together. Bye.